Hey there, welcome to Two Houses, One Home, the video series. I'm Courtney Kirkpatrick. I work with Home Inc., an affordable housing agency here in Des Moines. We're building an accessory dwelling unit behind a new home in the Oak Park neighborhood. Accessory dwelling units are just a smaller home that shares a residential lot with a larger single-family home. In this series, we'll be showing you the construction of our ADU and learning how these homes can benefit the community. And we'll get back here to the site to learn more about what we have going on in construction. But first, let's check in with Brent Schipper, our project architect, to learn more about ADUs and how they're built.
Well, thanks for joining us, Brent Schipper. You were the architect on this ADU project. So could you tell us a little bit about what it was like designing the space?
Well, the fun part and the hard part about an ADU is using space very efficiently. You have to start with a plan because you have so few square feet that you need to make sure that every square foot is used for multiple things. If you look at the living space is one open space, and that's very important so that it can be used to fold laundry, or it can be used as a kitchen, it can be used as a living room. So that open space allows it to be many things to the people that live there. Just the small corridor that leads from the kitchen living area to the bedroom. It isn't labeled a corridor because it is a storage room, it is a laundry room, and it is the path by which you get to the bathroom and to the bedroom. So we were very careful to make sure that there were no spaces that were just other. There is a large closet, and then in the living room, there are storage closets that are built in under windows above. The other part of making the space very livable was making sure it had a lot of light. And so we used a lot of windows. Windows don't necessarily cost more than walls. So putting windows in doesn't make it so that it's not economical. What we want to make sure is that we keep the size down first to keep economy.
What are some things that folks would need to keep in mind if they wanted to actually build an ADU on their site?
Lots of times there are comparisons to the size of the house. Like in many communities, the ADU cannot be any larger than 50% of the size of the house. And then ADUs have different setbacks than a main house, and the setback is how far away from the property line it can be built. Project that we are doing in Des Moines, the ADU has to have a outward appearance that is similar to the main house. So the ADU that we are building in Des Moines right now has features such as a hipped roof. It has colors that are similar to colors and materials similar to the main house, and even the window type and style we took from the main house. So there is a consistency. So one of the first things that anyone should do is talk to the city's planning or zoning or building department to understand what kind of rules and regulations there are in that particular community.
Well, thank you so much, Brent. That was really helpful. Let's now go back to our ADU site and see how we're coming along.
Okay, so we're here on site with Tony Montgomery, the Executive Director of Home Inc. Tony, can you tell us what's been happening here on site?
Thanks, Courtney. This fall, we were able to clear the trees from the site and complete excavation and pour the foundations for the site. Since winter has cleared up, we've been able to come in and insulate the foundation, and we just completed the rough ends for the plumbing, and they're backfilling the foundation with gravel, and we'll soon be able to start pouring the slabs. We chose the site here in the Oak Park neighborhood for a number of different reasons. The first one is it's in a nice established residential neighborhood, and the site gives us great access from the alley in the rear for the accessory dwelling unit and the main house here on the front on Euclid Avenue. As well, this is an area that Invest ESM is working in, and we were able to secure this site in partnership with Invest ESM. On the front of the site will be located a two-story house. It'll be a two-story, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 4-square. Here on the back of the site will be the accessory dwelling unit on one side, and then over here will be the attached 1-car garage, both of which will have access from the alley.
So what's next for the site? What are we going to do next?
Right, now that the weather is getting nice, we're going to be able to finish the concrete work with the foundation and the slabs. And then we'll be able to move on to the exciting part, which is the framing, when you really start to see the structures take shape.
Well, that's it for this episode. Make sure that you like and subscribe to stay up to date with what we have going on in the project. If you'd like to learn more about this ADU or Home Inc. ourselves, you can visit us online at homeincdsm.org. Thanks for joining.